Well, imagine with me for a moment. Imagine having such weak muscles that you couldn't stand unaided. Or imagine wanting to do what most others get to do, but you have some physical impairments. Imagine having a lot of amazing things to say, but your vocal muscles are weak. So your voice is very quiet, and people struggle sometimes to hear what you're saying. Well, let's see.
A little bit about me. I have 3 older siblings, 2 sisters and 1 brother. My dad is New Zealand European and my mum is New Zealand Māori European. When I was born, my body was very fluffy and eventually doctors found out I had a condition called central nuclear myopathy, which is a condition that causes muscle weakness. Growing up in my household, the word "you can't" was never spoken over me. I did what my older siblings did. I did netball, I did gymnastics even, and they brought me up saying that nothing was impossible. With this in mind, I set my goals high. I recently completed my Bachelor of Applied Management, majoring in accounting. While I was studying, I was a student disability representative where I advocated for students and was their voice. One of my highlights of this was when I arrived, there were no automatic doors, which meant students like myself couldn't get in the building unless someone opened the door for them. This meant that I'd have to wait outside for half an hour for someone to arrive if I was there early, which is very impractical. So a year I worked with managers communicating back and forth to get them to change this, and eventually they did. This was a great win for me, and I'm very proud because now students with access needs and without access needs can get in the building. One of my biggest dreams is to live in New Zealand where people with impairments are believed to have potential and that they can achieve anything. One of my favourite movies is The King's Speech. If you don't know it, King George VI, prior to him becoming king, is thinking he can't become a king because he has a stammer and he doesn't believe that his voice is worth being heard. It's not until people say, you can do it, you can achieve something great, does he actually believe that he can do it. This story really resonates with me because over the years I've had heaps of leadership opportunities because people have said, you can do it.
So God's been using my friend Kim Clark in amazing ways as a follower of Jesus. He's opening up doors of opportunity for her. You know, I'd love to say, let's welcome Kim up onto the stage, but unfortunately, we don't have a ramp onto our stage. So Kim, as I think about us not having a ramp, I think we need to talk to you about how we can make our church a bit more accessible. So I've known Kim since she was that beautiful floppy baby that she mentioned in the video. And I just want to thank you, Kim, so much for joining us today. Can you tell us where you were when you gave that speech that you just watched?
I was in Wellington at New Zealand's very first Youth with Disabilities Conference.
Yeah, so wow, imagine going to Wellington for New Zealand's very first physical disabilities conference. That's really amazing. So can you just share with us what you were doing about 18 months ago, Kim?
So I was in my last year of study and I got a job where I go into high school and did presentations encouraging students to become accountants. Back then I was thinking, this is such an odd job because I don't even like public speaking. And I was talking to Don and said, Don, if I'm doing this now, it's because you're preparing me for something greater. Yeah.
Yep. So from going from doing something that you didn't really want to do, talking to people about becoming accountants, you had that conversation with God, and I just love that you trusted that He had a greater purpose for you in that, and you courageously, you stepped out of your comfort zone and you said yes to God. So can you just tell us what happened at the end of that year?
So last year I went to Brave Love. Brave Love is a women's movement where women discover their God-given calling. And for me, my God-given calling was to speak life to people and be an encouragement to them. It was a really appropriate calling for me because over the years I found that I can't really help people practically. Like, I can't mow your lawn, I can't bake for you, but I can encourage you emotionally and spiritually. So yeah.
Yeah, so you mean, yeah. So you mean to say I can't get you over to mow our lawns? But yeah, you are using your God-given purpose to speak life to others and to encourage them. So can you just share a little bit with what the purpose that God gave you and our friend Mum Welly sitting over there earlier this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, earlier this year, so from the conference, having my word, like speaking life, I was thinking, how would I do that? You know, how can I live out my calling? And so I had an idea, me and Manawali, we had an idea to start a blog, and he's also in a wheelchair, so we can talk about and encourage people where people might not be able to. So yeah, that's what we decided to do, and we taught our blog, Joyful Always.
Yeah, it's an amazing blog. I love reading the articles these two write, Joyful Always. So can you just tell us, what you love most about that, Kim?
So I love the blog because in this world people often share on social media all the negative things about life and sadness, and we really wanted to share some joy in life with the world.
Yeah.
And with the Jesus element as well.
Absolutely, yeah, it is great, isn't it, to speak life and joy. You told me that you were at a conference planning meeting recently and you were asked to do a speech for the conference, and you shared with me how you'd been really hoping they wouldn't ask you because in the past you've said, well, that would be too difficult or there'd be somebody better to do the speech. What did you say this time?
Well, I said yes. So that video that played, some of it was playing at the conference.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that was a part of the speech that Kim gave. And when I asked you, I'd been preparing this message, and I saw your speech. And when I asked you if I could share part of it this morning, what did you say?
I said yes.
And what else did you say?
Oh, right. I said, yeah, you can share the video. And I said, why don't I just come and speak in person?
Yeah, and I'd sort of said quietly to God that morning, I'd love it if Kim could come, but I'm not going to ask her. And she volunteered that. So that's awesome. But then I said, well, Kim, we can't get you on stage. Didn't that put you off?
I admit for a minute it did.
Yeah.
I was a bit put off. However, God has been working in my life. And now instead of thinking of excuses around, oh, I can't do it, or I can't go to around, people are going to see me, I've been allowing Him to show me what He wants me to do. And now that I know His calling is to speak to life, I want to do that well. And my purpose is to speak life, not just writing about life or, but to actually speak life. So I'll do that.
I love that you didn't make those excuses, that you said to God, yes, I will do that. So we are so glad that you've come to Speak Life and encourage us today. Is there anything else you want to say?
For me, I know I'm a work in progress, daily life, but I know I love God and I love Jesus, and I know He has a purpose for me, and I want to encourage you and tell you that He has a purpose for you as well in your life. So just keep fighting on, keep seeking Him, and finding out what that is and walking in that.
Thanks, Kim.